Yep, looks like we're live. Good morning, beloveds. Still coming to you from my desk. Yay. And hopefully, well, I hope the picture is the only thing glitching, but the sound is not glitching. Yeah. My living room is dark. So I gave up and have 2 lamps. And hopefully that one lamp was just not enough. So 2 lamps. Okay. Little off kilter this morning. I'm not sure why, other than it, got really cold last night, and the gym was cold this morning. To be fair, we work out in a garage that is open because, otherwise it'd be really dark, and here we are. Okay. So let's do them really quick. Like I said, I know the picture's glitching. I'm hoping the sound is not. But now that gives me a goal to watch for, so I'll go back and watch this video and double check. And I'm wondering if it's just because I'm in a different part of the house. I'm not that far from the tower. Who knows? All right. The housekeeping. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. If you will email that, it'll get you 1 email a week unless something unusual happens. It's usually weather related because we do live on the Gulf Coast. If that happens, because it's a real person doing it, and he just doesn't have time for more than that. So there's that. And then let's follow that up with, I don't know. It tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. So click here now means it'll take you right to the information of the person that can help you get it. And it is a blind CC, meaning nobody will see your emails. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. Then I will mention the social media merely from the standpoint of we do not monetize the social media. So what we ask you to do instead is go ahead and like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on. If you allow notifications, that lets you know when we either go live or upload new videos. And then if you engage with the individual posts by reacting, commenting, sharing, it bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff. We think we have good tools to share. We hope that you agree with us, and it's a free and easy way you can support the center. So there's that. Okay, now moving on. Oh, I guess I should tell you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark across the social medias, and I am the running Ryan on all the social medias that I am on. So there is that. Okay, all right, that should be everything. So let's move on to a new design for living. Which was written towards the end of Ernest's career. And I believe what it is it is the process of science of mind. Like he's literally walking you through how to use this, how to do this. He's not really laying out the theories and he's giving you information, but not really. He's like, no, here, try this. Do it this way. Which is great. Because I think at some point that's what you need. You need the process. Okay, how do I do this? So, and we are starting chapter 4 today, which is Your New Freedom. And we're going to start with a quote from Henry Frederick Emile. He who floats with the current, who does not guide himself according to a higher principle, who has no ideal, no conviction, such a person is a mere article of the world's furniture, a thing moved instead of a living and moving being, an echo, not a voice. The person who has no inner life is the slave to their surroundings, as the barometer is the obedient servant of the air at rest, and the weathercock, the humble servant of the air in motion. All right, then. In recent years, we have heard much about affirmative prayer and positive thinking. It has been the subject of a great deal of conversation and has provided the basis for many books. However, it is regrettable that so much of what has been said or written has been interpreted as meaning there should be nothing more than a Pollyanna attitude on the part of the individual. Nothing is further from the truth. Rightly approached, positive thinking does not mean an aggressiveness or a use of willpower, but rather a dynamic, affirmative attitude towards life. The power and creativity that reside by nature in our thoughts are directed through the process of a prayer of faith, which is based in the conviction that there must be a wholeness back of everything. Constructive affirmative thinking leads us to that wholeness, and faith in that wholeness is our key to the fruits of its action. And I'll go back to that in just a minute, but one of the things, because it isn't about Pollyanna, it isn't about saying, oh, everything's fine. It's about knowing that even if things are messy right now, that they can and will get better. So, yeah, it's definitely not Pollyanna, everything's fine. All right, back to Ernest. Faith is a definite mental attitude which refuses to accept the opposite. Strangely enough, we already have as much faith in most things in life. We believe that gravity will hold us in the position that we assume, and that a rock will fall when we release it from our hand. We believe that when we plant a garden, it will grow. We believe that through some process, which we do not understand, the food we partake of will become converted into muscle, sinew, bone, and blood. We are already living by faith, and we don't know it. The greatest thing which science does for us is to reaffirm the reality of spirit. Okay. And that is a quote. That is a quote. Which he's about to say. Okay. So the greatest thing which science does for us is to affirm the reality of the spirit, is the conclusion of physicist David H. Andrews, as well as many other scientists. So we find that it is scientific to have a complete faith in the spiritual reality by which the nature of things must be back of this world of ours. We need to discard our old patterns of thought which have denied us the good we desire and brought upon us the woes and burdens we are carrying. We need to open up our minds, create new patterns of thinking, and discover and use the greater potentialities which reside at the center of our being. And it's all about those patterns. All about those patterns. Because it's our old patterns that got us into the situation that we're in now. So we need new patterns to get out of the situation if it is not what our preferred situation is. So, all right. Positive thinking is really short. So we're going to go ahead and do that one now, because No Big or Little is long, and we'll save that one for tomorrow. Okay, so positive thinking. It is most certain that the one who tries, who dares to think anew, who seeks to conform with the great laws of life, will soon discover that they are on the way to a fuller expression and experience of life. Since faith in accord with reason, is but a certain way of thinking, we can all gradually change our mental attitudes from positive to negative, from fear. We can gradually, let me restate that. I got ahead of myself there. Okay. We can all gradually change our mental attitudes from negative to positive, from fear to certainty, and discover that the universe is for us and desires only that we succeed in all good things. By assuming an affirmative attitude, by having our faith backed by reason, we will finally learn to control better what at first appears to be great negative influences in our lives. If day by day we are thinking better things will be getting a little better. Then we will know that we are on the right road, and all we have to do is follow that road to its final destination. And in following that road, we will find that we are proving for ourselves the reality of spirit and its action as law and order. So there's this thing called confirmation bias. If every day we think better and think good thoughts and look, basically we kind of start to look for the good and we start to see all of the good in our lives. And that's what it is. And like I said, with positive thinking, it's not about saying this is fine, everything's good, everything's wonderful, even when things are messy. It's about knowing that they will get better, that we can take steps to make them better. And I think that's the most important part, is that we have the power to make our lives better. That's positive thinking. That's knowing that no matter what is going on, it can and will get better if we work it. So that would be, we're not Pollyanna to look around the world and go, everything's fine, because no, it's not. But it is positive in knowing that we can affect it and we can change it. Even if the only thing we can do at first is decide how we feel about it. Once we decide how we feel about it, then that leads us to make different decisions. That will lead us to make decisions, which will lead to change. And, the only person you can actually fix is you, which is why we all got to do our own work. But when we fix ourselves, we interact with people differently, and people react and respond to us differently. And it has this domino effect. So that would be, that's my consensus on Pollyanna. I am, as a general rule, kind of Pollyanna. Like, I want to see the good in everybody. I want to see the good in situations. I want to believe that everything is good. And I do believe that things will work out in the end. And if they're messy right now, then it's not the end. That there is still work that can be done. So, all right. Now, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a bundle up in the cold day, a you got this day, a go be with your community day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a take care of yourself day, a do something just for fun day, even if you're taking care of business day, I may be out of words day, and that's okay day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I get it, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Whew. Comparison is the thief of joy. Remember that. And as Reverend Jesse likes to remind us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. All right, beloveds. As I said, I will be back around 9-ish tomorrow. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. because I definitely won't be stealing his time slot today. Unless I find out that my Emma recording is glitchy. But then I still won't do it. My timeline's a little different today. So, but it is Sunday, so we will have an amazing service for you. Jesse is doing Back to the Basics, but trust me, he's never boring you back to the basics. So